From the cradle bars comes a beckoning voice that sends spinning. You have no choice.
You hear laughter blood ceremony.
Blood ceremony.
On Widdershins.
Widdershins.
Radio for your spiritual side. A twisted approach to the left-hand path. And that's the clown to the left of me, Marta.
Joker to the right.
Michael, amongst other names. Oh, most of the rest of the time, you have many things that you call me.
Yeah, but those are private.
Yeah. Well, good thing. That'd be embarrassing. But here we are, Tuesday, February something. 26th, 2019, for posterity's sake.
How did that even happen?
I don't know.
We met in 2002? Yeah, it was a palindrome year, 2002.
Yeah, I knew it was palindrome year, of course.
Yeah. Palindrome years are big for me. Like, they're significant things happen during the palindrome year.
Oh, I'm significant.
Kind of significant.
Oh, dear. Oh, we have... I don't think we have current events to talk about or anything like that.
Well, we've got the Michael Cohen public testimony that's going to happen tomorrow. He had the private testimony today. And Trump is in Vietnam. And the public testimony, which will be televised here, is going to be in the middle of the night, right before Trump meets with Kim Jong-un to talk about nukes. And he is said that he's going to stay up all night, or, well, whenever, like in the middle of the night, and he's going to watch it. He's going to watch the televised testimony. And then he's going to be more of a basket case than he normally is when he speaks the next day to Kim Jong-il. Maybe he's one of those people like Clinton who only needs a couple hours sleep, and P. Diddy. I don't know if Trump's like that too, but there are some crazy, well-known people who only need a couple hours sleep. So maybe he's one of them. I don't know.
Seems a bit flabby to be one of those people. Just saying.
That's true. I don't know if flab has anything to do with it, but just generally lame and incompetent and lazy.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, so our guest we're going to have on here in a few... interesting story that I ran across. Apparently, first of all, I think it was on a chaos magic site where apparently I made fun of him and a friend of his or something like that about regarding the Necronomicon, and I vaguely remember a conversation about that. But they say that I called them kids, so yeah, I may have. I call a lot of people kids. I know, because I'm old. I'm Uncle Birch. There's a reason for that. You're all kids, most of you. Get off my lawn. But I think I remember that. But somehow that person friended me. And it's like I accepted it probably because we had the same mutual friends. I don't even remember being in a conversation about that or anything like that. So I thought that was funny right away. And then I started looking at this story associated with tonight's guest, Joshua Savage, and the Black Dragon Paranormal. And he had already told me a bit of the story. Let's see if it stayed there. No, of course it didn't stay. There it is. He started a for-profit demon extraction business. They did a soft test market launch in Tucson, Arizona. And apparently that pissed off the Tucson Ghost Society. Everybody got a society or community, something like that. And they picked up on it and told the entire paranormal community, there's a network apparently, across the U.S. They hammered Black Dragon Paranormal, and then they shut down. Prominent demonologist Leon Wilkes, Wiregrass haunts radio shows, Stan Fikes, and Rob from robghoststory.com. Oh, he already told me that. I found that story on my own, and I saved it over here from the Ghost Story podcast. And I guess they all just like did all this press against them and slamming of them, and I know nothing of their work yet. This is how I get to know people sometimes. We have them on the show. They do some controversial shit. We have them on the show. That's how we find out, and that's how we get the story over here on Widdershins. And right away, it's a tale of fuckery. So much fuckery, maybe fuckery on all sides, but that they have these little the ghost hunter people. They have their communities, and they attack other. It sounds like these guys are doing some ghost hunting or demon hunting or something along the same lines. At least colleagues. You'd think in the field or something like that, and but for one reason or another, they have little wars going on, attacking each other.
I'm learning more and more that pretty much all the little communities and subdivisions and everything have little ticky-tacky fights. Like when I was in acupuncture school, I met a lot of people who were yoga teachers, and those people are cutthroat. You would not think that yoga teachers have some beef with each other, but it's kind of gnarly. So it's every community. It might not seem important to you or me, but just like our witch wars are a big deal to us and probably aren't that big a deal to other people. But every community, I'm learning, no matter how benign it may seem, has their little wars.
I could call this one Ghost Wars. Yeah. Yeah. So, as I'm reading that kind of thing, they may have valid concerns. I don't know, but the same thing, when those things happen in our communities, like maybe there are valid concerns there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to have that person on the air and talk about that thing, and we'll see, or maybe we won't, but at least we'll have faced it with eyes open, head on, and learned on our own. We in Widdershins, we're staggering between many magical communities. I try not to get my foot so far into one that get caught up in their bullshit. I stagger back into another one or something like that. I like to keep objective and find out on our own,
Mm-hmm.
That's how we met Witch Dr. Utu. And, all that. Yeah, that's several episodes worth of stuff on this show covering that whole gaggle. And, it turned out well for him. And hopefully, well for the communities involved. So now the ghost hunters of which, and I let our guests know that before. We know two of the more prominent Hollywood witches in the ghost communities, like the two shows that those two different people are on. Those are pretty prominent shows. They're not small time ghost hunting shows. Yeah. Here in Hollywood, and they're witches that work on these ghost hunting shows, and whatever's going to give people of our ilk work. Hey, hit me up, man. I'll go on your show too. I'll hunt some fucking ghosts, no problem. Those are good things. That I probably, since the whole ghost hunting community doesn't like this guy, these ghost hunters don't like this guy either. We don't know. We find out ourselves.
Do we know what part of the country he's based in?
We're going to find out. They did their test launch or something in Tucson. I told them we were going to call them about 15 after. It's about 19 after, so maybe we'll just call them up here. So, yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, they were around Tucson when they did their soft opening or whatever. We're giving them a call here. Got to get ready to open the mic. Oh, that's a lovely sound. It's better sound than when they call us, though. Dude, answer your phone.
Answer your phone, bro.
Joshua, answer your phone.
Mr. Savage.
He just installed Skype today, so there's bound to, I don't know if anybody's called. I called him today, and he seemed to recognize it and answer. I'm sure he's home. I just texted him on Facebook not that long ago, but let's see. Now I have to, hold on, I got to open the Skype window. This thing's, black isn't online, huh? Running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Does this tell me when he said that? 4:27 p.m. Well, that's,
He should be
Yeah, chicken with its head cut off would have, found its way by now somewhere. I'll tell you what. We'll play a song. Come back. We'll call him again, or we'll call him again during this song.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do that. This is Wittershins, and we're doing that.
Walking cheetah with a hide full of napalm. I'm a runaway son of the nuclear A-bomb. I am the world's forgotten boy, the one who searches and destroys. Honey, gotta help me, please. Somebody gotta save my soul. Baby, detonate for me. Look out, honey, 'cause I'm using technology. Ain't got time to make no apology. So radiation in the dead of night, love in the middle of a firefight. Honey, gotta strike me blind. Somebody gotta save my soul. Baby, better take my mind. And I'm the world's forgotten boy, the one who's searching to destroy. And honey, I'm the world's forgotten boy, the one who's searching only to destroy. Hey! Look out, honey, 'cause I'm using technology. Ain't got time to make no apology. So radiation in the dead of night, love in the middle of a firefight. Honey, gotta strike me blind. Somebody gotta save my soul. Baby, better take my mind. And I'm the world's forgotten boy, the one who's searching to destroy. And here I'm the world's forgotten boy, the one who's searching to destroy. Forgotten boy, forgotten boy.
If you don't know who that is, I don't know. Oh, look, Josh turned on his camera. Okay, we can see him. But this is radio, so you can't see him. But we can. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine, I think.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't mess up with your connection. Joshua Savage, how are you? Welcome to Wittershins. And Kim, hi, I see you there too.
How are you doing?
Doing good. How about yourselves?
Excellent. Very excited too. Very excited.
So I don't know if you heard the intro. We read part of what you sent me in Facebook about pretty much the ghost hunter people like all organizing against you. Out of Tucson,
yeah.
You guys still in Tucson, or is that just where you launched it?
That's where we launched it. We were traveling around the country, doing other things. We were in sales, and then we just did a little test market launch. We're from Tucson, and we opened up Black Dragon Paranormal. We got slammed for what we were doing.
What were you doing?
So we opened up a for-profit demon and spirit extraction business. We deliberately marketed it that way. We wanted to say that on purpose. But the reaction we got, we didn't. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't see that coming. It took me by surprise. The paranormal community at large, they went crazy over it. They were upset. They called us a scam. They were calling us frauds. They were accusing us of trying to rob people. You know, stuff like that.
Because they didn't think of it first?
Ghostbusters. Yeah. what was their problem? So they say you're frauds and they're legit. Yeah, that's a typical argument everywhere you go. We get that over here, Witch World too. We call it Witch Wars.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Let me see. Okay, so they don't charge. They don't charge for their services, right? They'll charge you gas money to, you know, piss off the spirits in your house, and then they leave. And we're like, okay, you know, like that's fine. So we were looking at it from a business standpoint. You know, what kind of value were they providing, and you know what kind of service were they offering? And we did a lot of research, especially on demons, especially with demons in particular, and people really didn't have answers. And can I give you some examples?
Sure.
So was it Leon? Okay, we were researching the Catholic Church and exorcism. They're doing hours a day, weeks on end. I mean, going on for months, and they're unable to exorcise the demon. You know, there's been some cases where the priests or the exorcists have been imprisoned for negligent homicide. You know, death usually being emaciation. You know, they're starving to death, poor health. You know, for whatever reasons, whether the entity, whether psychological issues that are interfering with, you know, personal health and daily function. So there's that. We found an 18-year-old kid. He's I was a fundamentalist Christian, right? Maybe apostolic, you could say. He was the lead investigator for a paranormal team in his community. I think he was in Texas. We have a book coming up about all this, and all of it's in there. But anyway, so this kid would go into a house where he would know there's a demon, or he would find a demon in a house, and you know, he goes in there in his exact words, where I go in there and I yell at it and I try to piss it off. And we're like, okay. I mean, that's, you know what I mean? And he's throwing the name. Yeah, he's doing the Christian stuff, I guess. You know, he's throwing the name of Jesus at it, commanding it to leave or whatever. And then he's saying, you know, the thing's throwing stuff at him. You know, objects are going all over there. There's major poltergeist activity, whatever you want to call it. That's it. You know, and then if anything, these people, like, they have to call another guy who has to call another guy who has to talk to a priest eventually if it's, you know, really bad. And it's just like there's no skill, there's no talent, there's no knowledge, there's no follow through, there's no result, there's no action. There's nothing's happening. They're going in the house and they're going ooga booga, and the thing's going ooga booga 10 times harder right back to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope that's simplistic of the situation, and it is. Sorry, that is simplistic of the situation. But I'm just trying to, I don't know, represent it in allegory. Is that the right word? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to paint a picture, you know, of what's actually happening out there. So, I mean, let's take the mystery away from all this stuff. Let's take the ooga booga out of it. You know what I mean? Let's look at it from
mysticism. Oh, that's my train right there. Yeah.
Yes, no, that's. I feel like a scientist. I know, you know what I mean.
Yes, me too.
I feel like. Yeah. So, the paranormal field. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't done extensive market research. I mean, this was crazy. Like, literally, we opened up our business 3 days later, we got, and it was a test launch. It was a test launch.
Let me backtrack before we get past this last part, because you were just talking about, how they just agitate the spirits and all that. And, it sounded like, you didn't quite say it, so I'm going to ask you, are you saying that you do it better?
What I'm saying is that we do it. We would do it.
Ah, they don't do it.
We do it.
Well, yeah, they don't do it. They just piss off the ghost. Leave them there.
Okay.
You get rid of them.
All right.
You bust the ghost.
Duality.
Okay. Go ahead. You say it.
Duality. Okay. So everything I said was a half truth right now, right? The other part of it is that I know they help cross spirits to the other side. I'm going to use their terminology. I know they, I don't know. Oh, banishings. Let's talk about what you would call white witches, or, anyway. So there's banishings, there's cleansings, there's blessings. There's spiritual protection that can be set up. I'm sure, like I said, I haven't researched the field that much. So, I mean, if I'm running my mouth way too much, what it is, I apologize. But I'm learning quickly. Like we were kind of thrown into this, but we're standing on our position. Anyway, so I know there is skill and talent out there, and they are doing things. It's just everything I've seen so far, I'm just not. I don't know. If the community that I'm a part of, and I don't even know how to define that right now, but we'll just say my spiritual community or whatever. Let's say they're all like right here with me, and then the paranormal community and then the general public are outside. I just feel that the pool of knowledge and the depth and the things that we know and do and see, on a daily basis are much more than the things that I've seen out there so far. And then also my perspective might be slightly tainted because I don't want to say attacked. Like I'm not a victim. It is what it is. The people that did come against us, I mean, it was a nationwide thing. We were posted in all the paranormal groups. There was a rally against us. We were featured on radio shows. Did
they have cool chants, like Trump gets?
No.
Yeah. Stop those demon hunters.
No.
I don't know.
Cool chant.
That's a great chant, huh?
Like, can you troll our page?
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah.
All right, there was a tiny horde that came on our Facebook page and went ham on us. Yeah, it was fun. It was cool.
That's pretty easy to organize. Everybody, all kinds of groups organize those things. Like, so what, they give you bad reviews and that kind of crap.
Right.
Yeah, you just turn off the reviews.
Yeah, we've been there.
We've been there.
Share our bad reviews. Well, now, okay, our Facebook page is for us. This is perspective. This is subjective. Our Facebook page is blowing up. It's doing very well. There's a ton of engagement. There's a ton of interest. I mean, I talk to people. I'm very passionate about this. I mean, this Black Dragon is here. Black Dragon is happening. We have amazing, I don't want to sound too much like Trump. We have amazing, beautiful, great things in the works, right? It's going to be great.
Too late.
It's going to be, it's great. It's great.
Very,
but no,
very
seriously, we're excited. Like, our families are excited. The people we know are excited. There's people in our community excited or getting excited. It's a very cool, fun thing. And I mean, okay. Anyway, we're gonna show people some things. It's inevitable. It's just, I'm not seeing the stuff that I want to talk about. I want to talk about stuff. I want to discuss things. I want public discussion. I want open discussion about things, but with a large audience. Yeah.
So you're seeing a significant, legitimate demand for that kind of work where you are? I mean.
Okay. Here. No. And here's the thing. So we took the name paranormal, and so what we're meaning by, because to me, I gotta do this. For right now, what I've seen like ghost hunters doing is it's people, trying to tap in or dive into an area of spirituality, or it's It's people going to the zoo to look at the animals and then leaving. Our perspective is that, like, we're so full of spirituality. Our thing is we have to contain it sometimes. We have to hold it back so that we can do the mundane things, so that, you know, you gotta shower, you gotta, you know, wipe yourself, you gotta eat food, you gotta live. But yeah, I mean, we're the animals in the cages. I mean, or we're with the animals in the cages. There you go. And
So,
to me, I'm not trying to like sound tough or scared. That's not.
Yeah, I got an analogy coming on here because you were talking stuff, and the ghost hunter people are talking stuff that I've been doing my whole life, and so it sounds very normal to me. But part of the conflict that I'm hearing here is you were talking about, or all the data that I've seen about you all in your project, demon removal. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, they're ghost hunters. Now, in my witch mind, these are different ball fields completely. Now, you talk about how, you know, the ghost hunters may send them back to the other side, send them a peaceful life, send them, you know, go into the light. Well, you can't do that with a demon.
Demons aren't ghosts.
It ain't that kind of party. The demons can't be sent back. This is where they're supposed to be. Really, this is their purpose. For all the demons that I've ever run across. But so it seems like part of the conflict I'm seeing here is like you guys. Maybe they didn't study the terminology enough, or I don't know. I don't really see how your demon hunting thing conflicts with, and removal. That's different. Conflicts with their ghost hunting thing. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, but you know, apparently, you know, you're pissing in some of these Wheaties over there. But I'm not seeing the connection. I see ghost and demon, totally different things. What would you say about that?
So definitions of things, and then statement of purpose. So. Yeah, no, what you said is 100% valid, and you're completely right, for sure. I don't know, we didn't know how, like I said, so this was a test launch marketing. We didn't know how to go about telling people, like, hey, if you're being tormented by demons, and this comes from you know, things in my past or whatever, and pretty much our whole team. There's 6 of us so far, and we didn't know how to say, like, hey, if you're being tormented by demon, if you're having ridiculous, crazy, paranormal things going on, potentially dangerous things, scratching, but even if you're just scared, if the stuff scares you, if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're being attacked by entities while you're sleeping or trying to go to sleep or upon waking up, you know, we can help you. And then, I mean, we stuck a mean-ass price tag on it. I don't want to say I was playing around, because we were dead serious. But at the same time, I don't know. I put a ridiculous price tag on it just to see what would happen. Literally, just to see. And then, I don't know. Like I said, it took me by surprise, the backlash.
About 10 grand, was
and
it?
So, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I read
Dead serious. Yep, we were dead serious. And I know, trust me, people will be like, you guys are crazy. You're crazy. I know some guy, he's not a Catholic priest or whatever. He does exorcisms or, you know, banishings, demonic banishings, and he only charges $300 a pop. And I was like, what? But, yeah. So,
so
anyway,
did you get a lot of work before the whole shutdown thing, you know, how'd it go?
Nothing. They trolled us so hard. Like they no, seriously. Like, you know, Anonymous is famous for trolling. Like, these people. Am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They trolled the fuck out of us. I mean, like, hardcore.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I even had to stand back and admire. Like, oh, these motherfuckers are ridiculous. Like, I was laughing. I mean, I took it with a grain of salt, but they went on our, we tried Let Go and Offer Up. We had Craigslist ads. They saw us on Craigslist because they own Craigslist ads looking for stuff.
What section? Do they have a section for that?
What?
Is there a spiritual thing on Craigslist? Like, where would you, what's the category you were under?
Products and services. Or,
Products and
services
services.
offered.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Gig.
vague enough.
I
yeah.
don't. Right. We got a $10,000 gig. And so, so they went on all our platforms. Oh, and we were doing Facebook marketing as well. Facebook has excellent marketing tools. And, I've used Facebook marketing before. I used to have a landscape construction company. And I love Facebook marketing tools. And Instagram, when I got my first client on Instagram, I was like, holy crap, this works, and I love social media because of its power, especially, the Facebook IG marketing tool. And I'm putting together this business, and I'm just, I don't know, doing me, having just, living in my world. and I start this company with some good friends of mine, and boom, I mean, we get hit like a tsunami. They bashed us. We shut down. We shut down. We were like, okay. But it opened up this whole world and this whole potential and this whole opportunity for us. And this book idea was born in it. So we're a publishing and media company. We're in development. We've already started a lot of things. We're already on multiple social media platforms. Like I said, our Facebook page is, to us, it's going crazy. Like, we're watching it blossom, and it's awesome. Well, I didn't mean to rhyme. That was corny as hell. But yeah, I don't know. It's just there's a lot going on. So, publishing and media company. We have 11 books for Black Dragon Paranormal. Well, it's a lineup. We got 12 kids books that are really for adults. Two of the books are finished. One of the children's books, we're about 50% done with illustrations. Our website's in development.
Children's book. Wait, what's the children's book about?
So it's called The Eagle and the Chicken Farmer, and it's about a chicken farmer, this evil chicken farmer, and then a coop of chickens, and then one day they find this little golden egg in the chicken coop. All the chickens find it, and they're freaking out. They've never seen a golden egg before. And then an eagle hatches from the egg, but they think it's a chicken. It's an eagle, but they treat it like a chicken, and so the eagle learns how to be a chicken, and then the farmer feeds them rotten corn and stuff, and then so all these things are it's all symbolism. Like the rotten corn is like the ideas, the lies, right, that the masses teach us or teach, or I call them conspirators. I'm not conspiracy theorists at all. I don't believe in conspiracies. I don't believe humans are victims. That's what this book is about. It's about not being a victim. It's about being an eagle. I don't want to sound corny, but it's about being an eagle. Like, we are eagles. Humans are great, amazing individuals. We shouldn't have our heads lowered and bowed. Oh, I suck. I'm a human. I suck. We don't like that. Humans are beautiful. Humans are powerful. Humans are amazing. And
so the chicken,
we need everyone to know.
The chicken is raised as an eagle, so it believes it's an eagle. So the eagle believes it's a chicken. I liked it the other way too.
But he learned.
You could do a sequel and have it the other way. But he learned. So okay. So that's you're taking on nature versus nurture. These are deep issues, subtle demonic themes going on there. Clearly.
Thank you.
So that's kids' book. Okay, so your team of demon hunters, they're all like unemployed now, or just sitting around with nothing to do?
No, sir. We are collectively. We are ranchers and welders. We are cashiers. We are I don't know what. Oh, subcontractors. We are bartenders. Yeah.
And
Motley.
What are the qualifications of this team to hunt demons in their spare time?
Have to be able. You have to be able to work with spirits.
Okay. Here we'll have like waitress / actress There they have waitress slash demon hunter, I guess. Yeah, okay. Different towns, man.
You're from Hollywood. Yeah, I was gonna say you're from Hollywood, like waitress slash actress. That's all
She's
over
the clown
there,
to the left of me is from Hollywood. Yeah. I am now in Hollywood.
I dragged you over
Yeah,
here.
she dragged me here, kicking and screaming. Yeah, now I am all Hollywood warlock and all that crap. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so you touched on something pretty cool. You're like, ooh, big scary, ooh, right? Like that's the thing. Oh yeah, okay. So they called us devil worshippers. They called us anyway. They called us lots of names, but I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, screw the tit for tat. Let's just say. So they were like, oh, you guys are just a bunch of weirdos and devil worshippers, and you guys are trying to rob people and this and that. I mean, that's not at all what we were trying to do. But whatever. We don't even need to argue that. So let's forward to right now. Yeah, our thing is like, so we understand what demons actually are. You know what I mean? And this, I guess the general mindset of what you would call, maybe, okay, the Judeo-Christian worldview, right? Can we say that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Judeo-Christian worldview would say demons are evil, demons are scary, demons will kill you. Yeah, we understand there's an atheist perspective. You know, there's no such thing as demons. That's fine. But I study. This is what I study. We all know, everyone in the team, but I'll talk about myself. I started studying what the heck demons are. Where do they come from? What are they? You know, I just started researching and studying. That led me to begin research and studying church history. That led me to begin studying. I was even studying Greek and Hebrew so I could read the Old and New Testaments in their, you know, original languages. At least, look, I was using lexicons, right? You know, to look at words and stuff like that. I started finding all kinds of stuff. And just to summarize my findings, I found out that the Catholic Church has controlled information, wealth, political power, education, right, and spiritual knowledge or spiritual understanding.
They have all of our books. Yes.
Right, for over 1,500 years, and now I can't say the hold is broken, but that's not what's happening anymore. They're not doing that, but their influence is still there. At 1,500 years of virtually controlling, you know, the European world or whatever you want to call it, the world. To them, they ran the world, and yeah, I mean, just it's all lies. It's all lies. It's not true. That's not what it really is. That's not what's really going on. And I don't care if they deliberately did it or if that's just how it happened. Or, you know, I understand people wanting to consolidate power or powerful people wanting to get together and do things. I want to get together and do things with my friends. Why wouldn't super rich, wealthy, or powerful people want to get together and do things? To me, it's not a conspiracy. It is what it is. You know, and so, but that being said, these things did happen, and people need to understand what actually happened and what's really going on. And so in this one small subject, demons, I started breaking things down, and it destroyed my worldview. I mean, I did this deliberately after a certain point, but I mean, my worldview was completely dismantled and destroyed. Don't get me wrong, I still have, you know, inner self work that I need to do, but as far as being attached to what the world thinks, now I choose my thoughts and I research what I want to research and I choose to believe what I want to believe because, you know, I've looked into it and I've tested it or I am testing it. I have a million working theories, but, you know, I'm quote unquote free. I'm free. And so are the people that I'm associating with. And we're just out here exploring spirituality and learning about the world and learning about science. And that's just what we love doing. And that's our life. And we love life. And, you know, I'm not all doom and gloom and dark. And, you know, to me, demons aren't what people think they are at all in any way. And so, I know that
occult working theories is, you know, way better than people think they have absolute facts. There are so many variables in this particular field. It's never going to be an absolute fact. can have it work, 1,000 times. At one time, it doesn't. There's some fucking stars interaction with Earth from 10,000 years ago that you didn't expect to interact with Earth at that time. But yeah, and then demons. There are so many different types of demons, and they're tricky. They're there to trick you. They're gonna fuck with you. That's a slippery slope field to work in over there.
It's okay. It's dangerous. I don't want anyone to be like, it's not. This is not. Remember, I said I'm not all dark and whatever, or gloomy. Yeah,
it was just
I'm not.
Yeah.
It is. There is. Oh man, there's darkness to it. But what that is that introspection, that forced, like, you need to look at yourself. To us, this thing, whatever you want to call it, what we do working with spirits, it's a giant mirror. It's a big mirror, a very powerful, but it's a mirror. And this thing is surgical. It could also be non-surgical, but it's very surgical, and it's just brutal, deep self-understanding and empowerment. And that being said, the benefits are amazing, and then the risk is also high when you compare, we'll just say, normal mundane activities. Like, it is a high risk.
Just your soul, right? Your body and
What?
soul. It's just your body and soul that you can lose right there, right? That's not a high risk, right? You just lose your body and soul.
I don't believe I don't believe the soul. I don't know. No, I don't.
Go ahead, go with that.
Working.
I want to hear. I don't believe the soul is what? What is that? What are you going to say?
I don't believe the soul's in danger. I don't believe that's possible, that your soul could be in danger, personally.
So the devil can't take it. Can't
No,
sell it.
He doesn't want it.
He doesn't want it.
Doesn't want it.
Oh, that's deep. Yeah, I like that. Okay, why? Why didn't he want it?
It's not. Okay, see, this is, like I said, working theory. So now I am, because I'm going to answer your question, I am forced to parrot something to you. This is the most recent, like, thought I've had. It's not yours to buy and sell. It's not the devil's to take or get or have ownership of. It doesn't work like that. That's just not at a fundamental science, right? At a scientific level, it just doesn't operate like that. It's just, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we heard static.
I see you. I hear you. Yeah, you were in the middle of a thought, it seemed, though.
That's just where I'm at with it. I'm not scared. There's no fear here. There's no fear here. I don't believe that fear. Well, no, fear cannot assist you when you're, on this path. Fear can't do anything for you. And there's certain things in life to do. You have to walk through fear to be able to accomplish it. That's in multiple areas and in multiple facets of life, for everyone. And so to us, this is just another part of that grander thing that I just talked about, right?
Yeah.
It is a big deal, but it's not a big deal. I don't know how to. It's hard to use words to describe spiritual things. That's something that we're working on constantly. How do you explain these things to people? I mean, we're talking. There's senses being used that we don't have definitions for, and we can't. What is the proper term for astral sight, right? Or the mind?
Well, just it's 40, 50 years ago, we didn't have the term third eye. Okay. They had to describe all of those things that we use with that simple term now. entirely other ways. And that's always been the way with magic and spirituality. It used to take, a paragraph or a page for what we say in a sentence now. So, over time, and I think it's more people develop different understandings, and then we are able to use smaller words. So first, people need to change to understand these spiritual ideas, and then we're able to use smaller terms to define them. But even like, the ancient grimoires, it took them a paragraph to say what we say in a sentence in a magical book in this day and age now. So in time, there will be language for this to describe this.
I really, really, really like what you said, and I totally agree. Yes, yeah. My response to what you just said is yes.
Okay. Let's take us a little break and come back. I gotta go to the bathroom and stuff. Okay. I don't know about you, man. I know you all needed to know why I needed to take a break out there on Wintershins, so I figured I'd tell you. All right, we'll be right back with Josh and Kim Savage from the Black. Wait, was it Black? What is it now? Black Dragon Paranormal. I wanted to call you Black Cobra for some reason. Black Cobra Paranormal. All right, maybe you start a side group there. We'll be right back.
Areas are already.
I would like to report on the state of our war against the American people. We're mounting a sustained campaign to crack down on every American and every person of every faith and every nation, and to bring them to justice. All missions are being executed according to plan, without warning or provocation. Americans are being swept up in an international dragnet. Thousands of FBI agents are on the trail of other citizens here and abroad. It has everything to do with hate and evil and murder and prejudice. America's strong.
Federal agents, we are armed!
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away? What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away?
I see a message from the government. Like every day, I watch it and listen and call them all suckers. They wanted me about Osama or whatever. Picture me buying the scam. I said never. You in tune to a hard truth soldier spitting. I stay committed, gives a fuck to die, I lose commission. It's all a part of fighting devil state mind control, and all about the battle for your body, mind, and soul. And now I'm hoping you don't close your mind so they shape you. Don't forget they made us slaves, gave us AIDS and raped us. Another Bush season mean another war for profit. All in secret so the public never think to stop it. The Illuminati, 666, all connected. Stole the votes, they control the race and take elections. It's the Skull and Bones Freemason Kill Committee. See the dragon getting shittier in every city.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away?
Now ask yourself who's the one with the most to gain. For 9/11 motherfuckers couldn't stand his name. Now even niggas waving flags like they lost their mind. Everybody got opinions but don't know the time. Cause America's been took, it's plain to see. The oldest trick in the book is making enemy. A phony evil so the government can do its dirt and take away your freedom, lock and load, beat and search. Ain't nothing changed but more colored people locked in prison. These pigs still beat us, but it seems we forgetting. But I remember 4 September how these devils do it. Fuck Giuliani, ask Diallo how he doing. We in the streets, holler jail to the thief. Follow, fuck waving flags, bring these dragons to their knees. Oil, blood, money, make these killers ride cold. Suspicious suicide, people dying, never told. It's all a part of playing God, so you think we need them. While being Ashcroft, take away your rights to freedom. Bear witness to the sickness of these dictators. Hope you understand the time, brother, cause it's major.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then
records always come the same. Keep it real, ain't no fillers, motherfucker blinging. Mine eyes seen the gory of the coming of the beast. So every story, every word, I'm saying fuck peace. See, you could witness the Illuminati body count. Don't be surprised, these is devils that I'm talking about. You think a couple thousand lies mean shit to killers? Nigga, I swear to God, we the ones, ain't no villains. Or any other word they think to demonize a country. Ain't no terror threat unless approval rating slumping. So I'ma say it for the record, we the ones that planned it. Ain't no other country took a part or had their hand in. Just a way to keep you scary so you think you need them. Praising Bush while that killer take away your freedom. How many of us got discovered but ignore the symptoms? Niggas talking loud but ain't nobody saying shit. And with the Fourth Amendment gone, eyes are on the first. That's why I'm spitting cyanide each and every verse. I see the Carlisle group in Harris bank accounts. I see them plead the fifth each and every session now. And while Reichstag burns, see the public buy it. I see the profiling, see the media's compliance. War's good for business, see the vicious make a savior. Hope you understand the time, brother, cause it's major.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away? What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn and walk away?
You can't imagine how much money they've spent trying to silence good people who have put their lives on the line to fight for change.
Paris on Widdershins. God, I miss that song. You know, when we're in our guest studio, I have an entirely different musical selection at my disposal than when we're on the normal mobile broadcast. I miss some of these old songs. Paris. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. Join in the magic. Join in the magic. Tales of the magic of the crescent city of New Orleans stretch back over the centuries. It's an enigmatic place where voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, and even Christianity blend at the crossroads of spiritual power. On August 9th to the 11th, 2019, Brian Kane, Christian Day, and the Witches of New Orleans present Hexfest, a weekend of witchery held in the heart of the historic French Quarter. The conference opens with a riverboat ritual and dinner held on an authentic steamboat on the Mississippi River, followed by 2 full days of workshops, drumming, and ritual at the Bourbon Orleans Hotel, a venue riddled with a history of hauntings. Hexfest has gathered witches, root workers, voodoo priests, and other magical teachers from within New Orleans and around the world to offer their time-honored wisdom. Between workshops, attendees will love the magical shopping in our on-site vending hall where you can purchase powerful ritual tools, signed books, exquisite jewelry, and spellcrafts handmade by true practitioners. Here's the part where clean up a lung, take a breath. Presenters for 2019 Hexfest hail from across the spectrum of witchcraft and magic and include Brian Kane, Christian Day, Austin Shippey, Byron Ballard, Carrie O'Crow, Christine Steffens, Dorothy Morrison, the Dragon Ritual Drummers, Fiona Horn, Hoodoo Sen Moise, Lady Rhea, Laura Tempest Zaycroft, Michael Carell, that's me, Melissa Mayhem, Patricia Telesco, Rosemary Ellen Gilly, Sally Ann Glassman, Sandra Maria Wright, Sen Elias, Sarita Deste, Star Cassis, Star Ravenhawk, Witch Doctor Utu, and Yeshe Matthews. Okay, all right, breathe. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced practitioner, Hexfest will help you discover the secrets of witchcraft and expand your mastery of the magical arts. You know, last week we had Christian Day in the chat room, and I told him what he needed to edit there. He didn't fix it. I worked my way around it. I didn't pronounce the typo over the air because I'm solid like that. But
professional.
Perhaps he didn't hear me. Yeah, this is totally professional what I'm doing right now. All right. Well, maybe it's not that big a deal. It's one word, but it really does mess up the sentence if you say it wrong. The end little blurb, because that's a newer part of the plug that we weren't reading before. So yeah, I'll be teaching there, and you can find me at gumroad.com/witchschool, which is, of course, WITCHSKEWL. And some of what I'm teaching at Hexfest, I'm teaching 3 different workshops on various techniques of magical warfare. A lot of this stuff are classes that I only publish on Gumroad, because I ain't giving that shit away for free. But I've got a series of spiritual warfare videos on Gumroad. You want to check those out. If you can't make it to Hexfest, even if you can make it to Hexfest, you watch it before you get there, and then you're an expert on the subject. And then you know,
the prerequisite coursework.
Yeah, you can like raise your hand in my workshop and sound like an expert, because you already know what the fuck I'm going to say. No, there'll be new material in there as well, but that kind of thing. It's like, who are you going to find? Who are you going to call teach magical warfare? Where are you going to find that? I bet if I search it on YouTube, I'm one of the only ones out there. Maybe EA Cody. Yeah, he's probably teaching it too, huh? Yeah, but I do it better. Anyways, Joshua Savage and Kim Savage from Black Dragon Paranormal joined us here to tell us they've been telling us their fascinating tale of we're calling it the Ghost Wars. The ghost war, the ghost hunting community organizing against other ghost hunters because they don't like them, or I don't know. Maybe was it the dollar amount?
Challenge.
Is that what pissed them off? Exactly. So what were the issues they were citing? I did see the dollar amount.
What was the price?
In one of those, yeah.
Well,
I guess they
had
did. Go ahead.
problem with charging any money. They thought it was immoral and wrong.
Immoral and wrong. Well, that was way too right-hand path for me. Like, I don't know about 10 grand, but really, to really do it, to really get rid of a demon from a place, I don't know, dude. 10 grand, to really, if you really fucking doing it, I would probably turn down the job personally, because I've given it the office. Well, I don't know, for 10 grand, because I'm scared. Yeah, I don't know, maybe for 10 grand, it might be worth it. But it's gotta. There's this law of exchange, and old witchcraft and maybe some other communities haven't changed with it. But there's a whole side of witchcraft says you can never do magic for yourself, and you only must do magic for others to benefit humankind. And those people die miserable and broke. And they're never powerful enough or healthy enough to do anything large and magical. It's like you got to eat. You're gonna fight fucking demons, right? There's probably some stuff. There's probably some stuff.
We need a diet. Yeah.
You need a bunch of stuff. A fuckload of frankincense at least. And a fuckload of charcoal. Right. That shit ain't cheap. I don't sell it cheap. I don't know.
No,
maybe you get a wholesale.
$3.
Asafoetida?
Gas money. We need
Asafoetida's expensive these days. Price going up.
Yeah. We gotta have gas money to get there.
Well, yeah, and what if it's another state or something? You ain't gonna drive there. A plane or something, right?
Yeah. We will fly. I'm not gonna lie. We were gonna fly for sure.
Yeah.
But
you guys
whatever.
will pretty much travel anywhere in the States?
In the United States, correct. I mean, so $10,000, that does a lot.
Yeah.
See, we're thinking the ghost hunters, and the local ghost hunters, they're just, they get a call like, Maria calls and says, hey, my cabinets are opening and closing. My dog's barking at things in the middle of the night. Something keeps waking me up. There's a black mist by my fridge, whatever, And, wait, I totally forgot where I was going with that.
The ghost hunters are going to just try and catch the thing on film, right? Like they're not going to do anything. So it's like, okay, well, of course you're working for free. You're not doing a service to anybody. You're really exploiting these people that have ghosts in their house to get footage to put on your show. Yeah,
right.
I said it.
And that's I mean, we're going. So let's say you live in Wisconsin, okay, and you have a large farm or something, you know, and it was built on, or not Wisconsin, I don't know, somewhere in the South, right? And your house was built on an old slave cemetery, right? And you just have massive paranormal activity, and you can't stop it. And then you went on the internet, and like, so you burned some sage. This is a non-religious person, I guess, right? And they're experiencing, you know, and then they burn some sage, and then it goes away for like, you know, a week, 3 days or whatever, and then it comes back like hard, you know.
Yeah, because sage isn't for that. I've gone on and on about this fucking thing. People using sage wrong.
Okay, so about 7 years ago, I was introduced into Aztec shamanism. You know, ancient Mexican religion, the Aztec religion. So Aztec shamanism, right? The indigenous
nice
peoples of
ringtone.
Mexico. Yeah, before. Oh, thank you. We used to use sage to call the gods, right? To bring them to our circle.
That's what I'm always. I was going off on witches about that. The way I understood how the natives used it was more of an invoking kind of thing. It was to set the vibration for the proper vibration for the Great Spirit to enter. That's the way I learned it, and I've seen many reflections of that. It's like, that doesn't sound like banishing to me. That sounds like invoking. And whenever I hear people use sage for ghosts, it tends to get worse.
Check this out. This is our theory on sage. All sage does is it complements the spirits. It feeds the spirits for a certain amount of time. After that energy that you put off by having burnt that sage, given whether an accidental offering, whatever, they sucked it all up, and then boom, they come back. Now they want your attention. You gave them attention by burning sage. You gave them attention. Now they know that. Correct. You gave them food. Now they know that you know that they know that you know that they're there. You know, it's lit.
Like what happens when you feed a stray dog, you know?
It is coming back, or it'll dig through your trash at night while you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, these people. This is what I'm saying. People don't. Oh my god. Anyway, people aren't understanding things, or people are just repeating things that they've heard, and that goes through the generations. And like, but what are your results? Why are you not tracking your results? You know, you're burning sage. A week later, the spirits come back all crazy. And I'm not saying burning some sage will not get rid of something. There's entities out there. You light some sage. You say, "Hey, please go away," and that weekly manifested entity will go away. Yes. Okay. Like I said, my answers are all half truths because you can't explain this stuff just saying one thing. You know, but the sage, our findings, it doesn't. You're just feeding it. I used to use sage to bring in, you know, Aztec spirits. Why? How is that going to get rid of something? I mean, I don't know. It's just
exactly.
And I think when people do banish spirits, they burn sage and then they say, "Hey, can you please leave?" And the spirit goes. It's not because of the dang sage. It's because you said, "Can you please leave?" And then it left, and that's it. You know, yeah. That's all.
Okay, so let me let's say you and your team showing up to a place that's supposed to have a demon there, and so they're trying to, you know, describe to me what do you all do? You got machines, you got stuff. What do you do? Just describe it for me if you could.
I super can't because we're writing a book.
Okay. Well, you got machines?
And I apologize. No, okay. I mean, well, I'll talk about it a little bit. No, we don't. And don't get me wrong. Okay, listen. Like, so on Facebook, we've been calling them those beep beep boop boop things, and that was our slight. Like, no, we're childish, we're immature in certain ways, and we got poked, and so, you know, we do our little pokes back. But I understand that there are legitimate teams out there that do have scientific minds, and they are gathering data and collecting information and sharing information, and they are they do use these machines, and they're getting, they're doing things. They're doing important things. They are doing research. It's too bad, university, and I could be wrong. It's too bad universities aren't doing this and looking at this. I could be wrong about that. I'm not up to date on, the academic side of any of this, spirituality, metaphysics, but that is something I'm definitely going to be looking into. That being said, no, we don't use machine. We don't use machine. But I'm not opposed to it. I'm not saying that we won't grow into that if that's, we're still organizing. We're still, gathering what all Black Dragon is and is going to be. We have direction. We have momentum. We're getting more and more focused as time goes on, and we're trying to figure out our role in the marketplace. And I mean, we want to give great service and information. We want to do things where people are getting results, and we don't want to put out anything that's wishy-washy and so remember you said, breaking this stuff down, it takes less and less words, but it still needs to be broken down, and things still need to be explained and discussed. And like I said, this is dangerous. This is not for everyone. This is not, something you do on a Tuesday morning at random. You don't, just start talking to a spirit or summon a spirit or whatever, go into a house but, what was your original question?
Do we use machines?
Oh, do we use machines? I found this guy, he's an engineer. He bought a warehouse, it was a company. I can't remember. It's on YouTube. This is going to be in the book, whatever. But anyway, this engineer, he developed these light photo capturing machines. I think it was UV light. I could be wrong. It was this purple light that shined out, and he was capturing shapes of demonic entities, and you can see them clear as day. So here's the thing: we can see spirits in photos. We can see spirits in videos. I've seen spirits since I was 7 years old. Everyone on the team has seen spirits, can see spirits. The paranormal community that we ran into, they cannot see spirits in photos. They don't. I mean, we recognize faces and hey, look, that's whatever. That's so and so. Hey, we know that. We have faces in incense smoke. There's spirit. There's all kinds of stuff in the smoke. You can see it. It's clear as day. This man has technology that would allow a person that didn't have any type of spiritual ability or gifts or whatever you want to call them, and it allows you to see them. And so that would bridge the gap between the mundane, or maybe I shouldn't use that word. I don't know. Between people who have spiritual sight and who don't. I'll just say that. Yeah. And so we can show these guys.
Get that. Yeah. Well, it's modern versions of ancient technology. The Druids had these hanging blue glass globes that they put candles in, specifically for that. The blue light would show off spiritual forms, and now we've got ultraviolet. That was ultraviolet for the fucking Druids, I guess.
I like it. No, I like it. And there's a bridge there. And thank you for that. Here's another thing. We all have knowledge that the next person doesn't have. I'm learning from you right now. I am a master. I'm a master, right? I'm a master student. I am a master student. I'm all
That's a good thing learning. To be. Everybody should try that.
Yeah. That's all I'm doing. Everywhere I go, I try. Everything I do, I try not to spend any quote unquote downtime. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm applying my knowledge, which in some cultures is called wisdom, and we work, we study, we read, we test, we practice, we look at, we analyze, we question, we dissect, we share with others, we ask their opinion and feedback. I mean, how can you fault us for that? Seriously, how can you get on our helmet for that type of a mentality? We are here to learn, and we're here to show you what we're finding. Look, we're just saying, hey, look, I know you have all these beliefs, and I know you think blah, 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 blah. But if you just shut the fuck up for 5 seconds and look, A plus B equals C over here. That's what it's that simple. And I don't understand why people can't just get off their horse or whatever it is they're doing and just be like, oh, wow, okay, that makes sense. Like, why is that so hard for people to freaking do? Seriously, I don't. Yeah, that's
everybody wants to be an expert, and if they can't be an expert in what you're talking about, that seems to offend a lot of people. That comes up a lot on this show. I want to ask you: do you have signs that you look for of a demon in a place when you go to a place?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so demon sense, but really quick so here's the thing, that the paranormal community came against us, blah blah blah. This right? There's no demons there. Oh, not everything's a demon. What we're saying is, just because there's not stuff flying around your house, just because people's heads aren't spinning and green vomit and diarrhea or whatever's coming out of people, just because there's not, horror movie stuff happening, that doesn't mean that a demon is not around. And remember, a demon is not a demon. Like, the word demon it's if you study and research what it means, and I encourage everyone just study it, whatever. And no one's going to study it, but the people who know and the people who have studied, they understand. So demons aren't what we think they are. But just because crazy shit ain't happening all over your house doesn't mean there's not a demon there, or that there's not a demonic presence or entity around you or trying to get your attention. There's people all over the globe that demons, any spirit, and we don't have to focus on demons, but that's whatever. These spirits are trying to talk to people. They're trying to contact you. They're trying to work with you. Hey, they want to get your attention. Like I said, everything that we know is a lie, and that's not how things actually work. And we're looking at stuff and we're like, hey, why is no one talking about this? Why? Okay, so that being said, we can feel them. We can see them, hear them, feel them. I can feel shifts in energy. Like, it's just you just learn. You learn. You can develop the sense. You just have the sense, etc. Do
you have a number one sign for a demon when you go into a place?
It's for me. It's still a process. There's people that instantly bam, and they have their process. My current and there's people on my team that are better at me than this, for sure. Yeah, definitely at least one member for sure. He's at a better level or scale than I am at this. But that being said, I would feel the energy. In my opinion, if it chose to allow me to feel the energy, or I don't know. I hope that makes sense. If it want to let me know, I would feel it. I would feel it, and then I wouldn't be demon right away. Not right away in my head. Then I would go, okay, servitor, dead human spirit, egregore, and then go, spirit. What kind of spirit is it? It would take a little working, and this came through just working with spirits over time, recognizing different energies, understanding things that I'm seeing and hearing, and it's data. You just get this spiritual data. So like a little download comes to me, and I'm like, okay, and I process that, and I'm like, okay, so it's most likely, and then I can begin communication with the entity, and then go from there. And I understand there's trickster spirits all day, and there's I also have, I have protections in place to keep certain things away from me, just because I think that's important spiritually. I believe you should control your spiritual environment at all times. But going into an environment that is not under my control, and then there's a demon, it's hard to explain. I could take the time, I could write it out. Like we are writing these things out, and I can really, really break it down, but I feel it. But also, in addition to that, there's sense. So from Black Dragon's perspective, there's pleasant smelling fragrances, and then there's foul smelling fragrances, and it's not one or the other. There's but so the foul ones, that sulfur is common, urine, burning feces or just feces. What else? Oh, fish and pickles. I've smelled very, very flowery, like just beautiful fragrances as well, and both were from what we would call demons, or what the Catholic Church would call demons, or whatever, however you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna give Joshua Savage a brownie point here. If you didn't get there, I was gonna have to give you a hard time, because that would be the number one most agreed upon sign of all demonology forever: the smell. The smell. Yeah, Marta was getting ready to ask about smell too. It's like, yeah, there's the sulfur one and the rotting fruit, and yeah, the perfumey. It's like the perfumey. It's almost like bad incense perfume. You know that they used to perfume sawdust and color it. Yeah, and yeah, shit like that. Yeah, but there's a smell. There's always, and that's always tell me, you know, whether I'm dealing with a spirit or demon. There's these smells. I mean, spirits can have smells. It can be their favorite perfume or something like that. But there's these certain, from the intensely sweet to the really nasty and all points in between. That's my sign right there. It's like, oh shit, we got a fucking demon here.
Yeah, very much so. And it's, to me, it's that's amazing. That is so amazing. I want to know how that happens. I mean, from a scientific level, like chemically or whatever. You understand? How does that happen? Is that electrical signal manipulation, or how does that happen? How do we smell these smells that come from something that quote unquote doesn't exist or isn't there or you can't see, or however you want to say it? That's amazing.
I've tried to wrap my head around the same thing. It's like we can produce sulfur smells, but like rotting fruit and that kind of thing, and the perfumey. I don't know that humans can produce that.
Fascinating on a whole other level. Like when I first met you, I would have bouts where I would get a whiff of benzoin, which is what your smell reminded me of. And it's just crazy and inexplicable how our sense of smell gets triggered. So
that was just me sneaking around watching you get naked.
No.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, the smell. There's a demon smell. Met from the sweet to the sour to the rotting and the sulfuric and the rotting sulfuric, and yeah, and then they mix them up. Yeah.
But I can see how it would be a pleasant smell as well.
Yeah, it would be like
it doesn't have to be like a bad, nasty smell to signal a demon at all.
How they lure you in.
It totally makes sense that it would smell nice too.
Can I expand upon that?
Absolutely.
So, Black Dragon's current collective position on that is that upon initially meeting a demon, that you'll get the foul odor, and either over time or upon graduating to newer and newer levels of familiarity, or whatever you want to call it, working, the smell, I don't even want to say begins to lighten up, because for us it doesn't. There are middle grounds. I'm not saying they're not. Again, remember, everything I say is the half truth. There are middle grounds for sure, but mostly in our experience, it's either it's nasty when we first meet them, or they first come around, or we're first introduced to them, and then once we go through our little process or do our little thing, or get to become familiar with this entity and vice versa, then the smell becomes sweet, and it's just boom boom. It's sour and sweet, or nasty and sweet. And when it's nasty, you're like, oh shoot, hey, there's a demon. Like, it's not. There's no fear. There's no fear here. It's not. Oh, there's a demon, or call a priest, or oh, get it. Like, it's just it just is. It's normal.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got more.
Go ahead.
Okay, so there has been concerns of possession, right? And what else? What was the other one? Possession. Oh, and then your life being destroyed, right? Okay, so working with spirit. Here's an example. If a practitioner, I'll say, so voodoo. Someone gets in a voodoo. Someone contacts Papa Legba, right? If someone summons Set, they start working with the Egyptian pantheon in a spiritual way. Some people call it magical, some people call it occult, whatever. If you begin working with Odin, right, the god, the main god of the Norse pantheon, or if you summon Abaddon or whatever, your life will be destroyed. This is our perspective. I'm not saying this is around the board. This is our experience, and we know a lot of people agree with us. So basically, what we're saying, if you actually like enter into this, if you walk this path, if you really begin working with spirits, that you will be destroyed. Like the Bible is true. It's true. But it's not a literal, well, it can be a literal. See, there's caution everywhere, red flags everywhere for sure. But it's a metaphysical destruction, or it's a material destruction. So it's not a destruction of the body or the soul. And then some people might argue with that soul thing, like your soul does get destroyed and then rebuilt or whatever. I'm not touching that yet for many reasons. It's just we're where we're at, you know, like anyway. And so, yeah, you do get destroyed. You get destroyed. People, but here, let me talk about the dangers really quick. Let me talk about the ugly end. The ugly end is suicide. You might kill someone. You might harm yourself gravely. Hospitalization, institutionalization for mental health. What else? Oh, a lot of people, they'll go back to the church. They'll freak out because they're like, oh, this stuff is real. Like this is really happening. And they still have that worldview that constricts humanity's spiritual growth. And it messes up what they're doing. And that's dangerous. So I don't know if you've heard of gang stalking, TIs, targeted individuals, people claiming satanic ritual abuse, like on and on and on. I don't know. There's a whole phenomenon out there. They think the Illuminati, the government, and Satan is after them personally, but they're not a government official. They don't have what do you call it? They're not heirs to anything. They have no diplomatic status. They don't have wealth, but they're like this. They're a guinea pig for the government and for Satan. And it's like I said, humans are not victims. We are not victims. Like, you are not a victim. Fucking stop. All this Chicken Little, like stop that shit. That's why we're writing children's books for adults, because they don't understand what the fuck's going on. And it's like, hey, we're gonna just take the role of showing people, Oh, by the way, our new price is $3.99. I think that's where we're at. We're charging $3.99 for our ebook. $3.99. So we dropped that budget so that our services are affordable for all.
Now,
but here's the thing. Yeah, exactly. $3.99. What's up? Oh, by the way, so RobGhostStories.com. This guy Rob Hansen, I believe, something like that. He's in Cali. He's in Cali too. He's in Needles, California.
Needles? That doesn't even count. Oh yeah, the RobGhostStories.com, Black Dragon scam. Yeah, $10,000, clean demons. And he says he hired a private investigator to do a background check on you. Look at that.
Yes, sir. He did.
Man, he did. Witches never think of that shit. I never heard anybody having a in a witch war.
Had an employer do that to you.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's a different thing. But I never had in one of these witch wars where somebody had hired a private investigator to go, investigate the other witch.
People are serious about their indignancy toward this kind of thing.
Well, apparently, there's communities and an industry. And yeah, whenever there's an industry like that, then this kind of thing tends to, pop up. Yeah.
You are absolutely right. And that's the thing. See, so these people, they came down against us for charging for paranormal services. I'm using their words. We're scum for charging for paranormal services. Even though, some of us, our lives were put on the line, and I'm not being dramatic. But it's dangerous doing what we do and what we've done. We're finally, the scales are balanced out now. Okay, we made it. One, not everyone's going to make it, to where we're at. And we're tadpoles. We're neophytes. We're amoebas in the game. And to me, what the paranormal community is doing, as far as what we saw, and please, I'm specifically saying that for a reason, from what we saw so far from the paranormal community, us tadpole, neophyte, amoebas, specks, us little specks, we have more clout spiritually than they do. And that's important. And like my camp, or what I'm coming from, or what I'm trying to promote, we need a global voice. We need a global voice. Like in our book, we're taking on the Catholic Church, and we have legitimate arguments. I mean, we've done massive amount of research. I mean, we've put major time in. We're still working. We are working our asses off, building this company and producing publication. We're going to be writing weekly for a local paper. It's called The Examiner. We're going to be writing a column. We're in the Bible Belt. We know that we're going to stir some things.
Scary.
We also know we're going to sell some papers. So, wow. There was a larger point here. I might have gone off of it. What? No?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, you got the point?
Oh. No, I'm asking.
Well, I'm just listening to this, and the stuff I read out there, the backlash from the ghost hunting community was very emotional, and I keep there's a quote from Spock that I almost have in my head. It's like, your argument against me is very emotional, indicating that you find validity to what I have said. It's like, if you're just if you're not a threat, if your message is ridiculous, people don't feel threatened when they respond. But when people attack you and they obviously feel very threatened, there's some legitimacy that you've brought to the table that they don't like. And I still don't even understand how you guys even get in a conflict, because like you're doing very different things than they're doing. They want to go and find some ghosts, catch them on film, and maybe get one of their clips on one of these TV shows, and you were gonna remove the stuff. It's a very different thing. And I've over here in the witch world, it's like I taught witchcraft for free for at least 20 years before I charged, and now fuck yeah, I charge. I charge for paranormal services, motherfucker.
Flaky people.
I salute you, sir.
And I have and my wife makes an excellent point. I have less flaky people as a result. I have decades of people, not taking the classes seriously, barely showing up, not doing their homework, not actually doing any fucking witchcraft. For people coming to me for my services, they got a free tarot reading, so they don't do any of the shit that I suggested that they do, and their life turns out exactly like I said they do. It's like, you know what? You throw a fucking nice price tag on that tarot reading, people take that shit seriously, and they're going to do what you told them to fucking do.
I saw a big difference in the quality of your students when you started charging.
I don't know if I'd have the balls to throw a 10 grand up there, but I didn't look at it the way that other people looked at it. I look at it having studied the 48 laws of power, and in there, I forget which law of power it was, but the value of a thing oft lay in what you paid for it, what you went through to get it. Where a lot of people will, bargain hunt and travel all over town to where they've used as much gas as what they would have saved on the bargain. This kind of thing. But the value of a thing is oft based on what you paid for it. In our society, whether I like it or not, payment infers value. Did I say that right? Wordsmith, I asked my wife. It's like, if you can't charge, you can't try and be a nice guy and make your services affordable to do a good thing for the rest of the world, you'll get fucked. You'll get exploited. People won't take you seriously.
It's like the car analogy. I don't remember who did this, but they advertised a free car, got no phone calls. In the same car, they put a price tag on it, and then they got a bunch of calls. Yes. That's just how
free is
works.
Worthless. Repeat after me in the chat room. Type it in there. Free equals worthless. There's no free lunch, and despise the free lunch, because if you're there for the free lunch, the Scientologist probably going to come in and try and recruit you or something. You know, somebody going to sell you something while you're eating the fucking free lunch. Ain't nothing free. You ain't going to download anything on the internet and expect it to be free. You're going to be watching ads, motherfucker, and they're probably going to mine your data and sell it to different companies out there. Nothing's free, man.
You have to pay to get the real thing.
First thing I taught our kid when he started getting internet savvy, I said, I want to teach you something. Nothing's free. No matter what it says. You tell me it's free, come show it to me. We want to see what the hidden costs are in there. It's like in-app purchases, my ass, that kind of thing. But yeah, nothing free has no worth. And even also, you know, studying I'm sorry, I want to let you talk in a second because we got to finish soon. But back in the 48 Laws of Power, they have this one law. It's like, you know, wear a crown to be treated like a king. And they have the story of Christopher Columbus. He came to the queen, the princess of Spain or something like that, made this outlandish demand. He wanted to be called Admiral of the Sea, wanted that position to be royalty. He wanted 10% from every colony that he created along the way for the rest of his family's life, making his family the richest people on earth. And she humored him. She didn't actually do all of the things that she agreed to do because she was royalty, but the fact that he walked in there and demanded to be treated like a king, even though he was the child of a peasant, made the royalty treat him like a king. And the magic, he gave the most outlandish price, and that immediately amongst those people, the royals that he was dealing with, that made him valuable. That the fact that he had the audacity to just walk in there like it was his already and they owed it to him, they respected that. That's how they live. And you know, he didn't get everything he was after, but you know, so that kind of thing. So maybe your $10,000 price tag is you putting on your crown.
Yeah, I love it. I'll take it. Yeah, no, be an eagle, fly high, soar high, like if you can, right?
Be a chicken.
If you can climb the mountain, then climb it. You don't have to ask no one permission. If you can climb it, climb it. If you can do it, do it. Like, right? As long as you're not breaking the law, and as long as you're not, I don't even want to, like, whatever. Okay, left hand pass for life, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm, you know, fuck all that weird shit.
Do it.
Just fuck. Yeah. Okay, so now we put a $20,000 price tag on it as of right now because we don't want to do it no more. But we don't
bold strategy
because we got a book to write. Yeah, we have a book to write. So now, like, if you're gonna make us get out of bed, like, and go fly and stuff, like, yeah, we need $20,000 now. So, but
I was thinking that when you were talking about this thing, it's like I'm a reverse hoe. It's like I don't get out of bed without money. You don't pay me for me to get up and do a goddamn thing for you, especially if you're not a friend. Yeah, I do favors for friends, but hopefully they'll do a favor back. But, you know, just some person out there will, you know, please do some witchcraft to fix something in my life that has nothing to fucking do with you. It's like, I'm reading this on my phone. It's like, all right, as soon as I see PayPal come across, I'll get out of bed for your ass.
Thank you. You know,
cross my palms with silver, man. It's an old tradition.
Like it. We're capital. Me, I'll speak for myself. I'm a capitalist. I'm an American. I love industry and commerce. I love science and spirituality. You know, I really like promoting intellectualism, intelligence, open conversation, honest communication, honest self. What do you call it? Introspection. There you go. Oh, by the way, those ghost hunting people, so they sell ghost hunting equipment. Robstory or robghoststories.com. Sell ghost hunting equipment. Yes. And then Tucson Ghost Society, they do ghost tours. Like, oh, we have to go over there and we got to go get rid of all their ghosts. We'll just, next time I'm visiting my people in Tucson, we'll just go get rid of all their ghosts on their ghost tour, and then there goes their business. But
there you go. That's the free lunch. They give you the free lunch so they can sell you shit while you're eating. Yeah.
But they gave us a book, and they gave us a much, much, much bigger vision than we had originally started with. So, I mean, we are eternally grateful for that.
Okay, say thank you to them live on the air. Go ahead.
Thank you to all of our haters, because you made us, and we love you. We love you. Thank you. I meant that. I meant that.
That is also in the 48 Laws of Power. Enemies bring out the best in you. If you don't have any, make some.
That sounded very heartteart.
Yes, it did.
Thank you.
And we were looking at his eyes when he said it. You can't see him, but it's very sincere.
Yes, thank you.
And half of Kim's face over here.
No, I mean they made us. They made us. Well, not anyway. Let's give them all the credit. They made Black Dragon Paranormal. They woke the dragon. The dragon was asleep. We launched and the dragon was sleeping, but now the dragon's awake and it's a dragon.
The dragon
it's
woke.
Yeah, the dragon is woke. Yeah. Can I talk about two people? Right?
Yeah, go ahead. You got like a couple minutes.
Okay. Oh, really quick? No, well, here, 3 people. I lied. I'm a liar. 3 people. All right. Demonologist Leon Wilkes. We decided to grow up and be adults and not be immature and get people back. Even though we did do that. We did some reverse trolling and we got some mean ass rib shots in, But demonologist Leon Wilkes, this is his words. He's one of 4 remaining alive demonologists trained by an ordained, registered Catholic exorcist. So he's like in the lineage, if it was lineage, he's the grandson of Ed and Lorraine Warren, very, very famous exorcist. So he was trained by the people that were trained under them. I hope I said that right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like the grand poobah of exorcism. Yeah.
Thank you. You can find him on LinkedIn. He's a bulldog. I go Bulldogs. I just threw up horns. My bad. But anyway, that's sexist. My bad. But anyway, no. This gentleman, he came against us, and so he's in the book. He's in the book. He did a radio show about us, speaking against us. He had his opinions, which is fine. They did no research. Hey, these researchers, people that are supposed to research for a living and do investigation, failed to understand what exactly it was we were doing and coming from. And then now, so we're charging $20,000 for demon extraction because we're not trying to do demon extraction. We're writing a book. So now for $3.99, we're going to teach the world how to work with spirits. We were gonna help you get them away, and we were gonna, whatever. You know what I mean? We were gonna. They weren't gonna mess with you anymore. But now we're just gonna tell everyone, hey, this is how you work with spirits. So open the gate, right? And I don't mean that in a crazy way. Like I said, the way I've been discussing this subject, that's how we're doing it. There are many, many dangers on this path. This is not, it's real. It's very real. It's testable. It's provable. But the ways that it's testable and provable aren't, it's hard. Like I said, we're writing a book. A book needs to be written. We need to discuss these things. We're gaining a platform, and the way we're going to tell people, our storytelling ability, our writing ability, is really, really what's going to take the cake. It's the way that we're writing about it. We have really talented, amazing people on our team. It's awesome. It's awesome. This is awesome. This is exciting. This is beautiful. This is a good thing. And we know we're going to change the world. We know. I'm not saying that in a super grandiose kind of way. Black Dragon Paranormal is going to have global impact. And if people see that now, whatever, that's fine. I mean, we're just starting. We're just barely starting. But, you know, in a certain amount of years' time, like, we're here, and we're really doing this, and we're passionate about it. Okay, so that being said, oh, Marie Vargas and Patty Negri. Remember, you shot me those names because they were involved.
Yeah.
Ghost hunters.
We've had Marie on the show here before.
I got you. No, I got you. I promise. I researched these two people, and I mean, I personally, I was floored. Right, I was floored. I researched these two people, and I mean, I was thoroughly impressed. There's a guy, Marino Ravenberg. He's on YouTube. He does occult, like, you know, quick occult videos or whatever. And he just does, basically, he's like, okay, this is what the spirit is. This is what the spirit's about. Okay, bye, boom. He made a video about, like, occultists. This is horrible. I'm just going to sum it up like this. But he was like, yeah, most occultists aren't shit, and they're freaks and weirdos, and don't even fuck with them. Right? And he's an occultist or whatever. But what Black Dragon has been looking for, we're looking for success. We're looking for results. Like I said, this is science. This needs to be, the way that this needs to be presented is in a way where, you know, people are getting things out of it. If we don't provide value, we're done. We're not a real company. I already know that. We want to bring insane major value for $3.99. Like I said, we want to unleash humanity. We want to just pour out. You know, our cups are full. We're continual learners. We just want to pour out.
Out of your mind.
Thank you. Everyone could afford that, right? Everyone could afford that.
That's crazy. That's crazy cheap. Spend that with
now. Hey,
that's a good idea.
The publisher was talking about more money, so we still have to discuss all those things. We don't even have the manuscript in yet. You know what I'm saying? It's not done, but. Anyway, so there's that. But these two individuals, I mean, okay, so Marie Vargas, producer. She's a producer for Ghostfinder. But I was reading some stuff. She began working with the goddess Kali, right? And
yeah, she's very into Kali. Yes.
The thing she was saying about Kali, like, I don't know, immediate respect, immediate, like, I was like, wow. It just, I don't know. And then I kept reading about all her accolades and all the things that she's doing. You know, she's doing big things. Okay? And then she's very, very open about what she does. And then Patty Negri, I hope I'm saying that right.
Far as I know, I never said it.
Okay. Well, I mean,
she's a neighbor. I never said her last name, but we met her at some neighbor gathering. I said, hey, nice pentagram. She said, oh, nice pentagram. There you go.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I mean, these two, and I can see these two are doing big magic. I mean, big magic. And this is just my opinion. But these two women are doing big magic right in front of everybody's eyes. And I'm like, ooh, like I don't know, immediate admiration, immediate respect, and like,
they're Hollywood witches. God, you know, anytime I get in front of a fucking camera, you know I'm doing some fucking magic. You know, if you ain't, you're stupid. So yeah, anytime I get some press, yeah, you got to do some magic. Where attention goes, energy flows, man. Bring that shit.
Yep. So now the ghost hunting show thing, we'll leave that for the book. Because because of these two individuals, like I'm eating crow. I'm like, well, hold up.
But both are friends, and I really hate to admit it, I haven't watched the show. You know, I haven't watched either one of those shows. I keep meaning to. If they pop up, you know, I'm sure I have the Travel Channel. One of them's on the Travel Channel, and one of them's on History Channel or something like that. But yeah, right. And I just haven't gotten around to that. And it's kind of weird watching people you know on shows, but yeah, it is right. What it is.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, okay. So I am not a fan of ghost hunting shows whatsoever, and I have expressed that opinion. but researching these two and reading their personal stuff, like their bios and what they're about and what they do and their accomplishment, which means results. Like, these people don't have great potential. They are successful. If you have great potential, like, I don't want to hear I have great potential, because if someone says, hey, you have really great potential, that means you haven't done anything yet. And these people, they don't have great potential. They are successful. They are great. These are eagles. These are two eagles right here, and they own that shit. And that right there, now I need to take a second look at ghost hunting. Now I'm going to have my own opinion, whatever, but I need the ghost hunting show area. I also, I really haven't had time to analyze it from the perspective and mindset that I need to make an accurate judgment on it. I will get to that, but looking at these two women, and just doing the brief amount of research I did, I mean, I was floored, and I'm like, wow, like, this is, to me, that's like a role model. That's an example. That's something to work towards. To me, that is a potential ideal of where this path could lead me. I'm not going to be in some dark basement somewhere starving to death, lighting candles.
Well,
I'm not
I see it as,
that's not my life.
I see it as like cooperative industries. It's like if my industry would be the witchcraft industry, and if the ghost hunting people can provide, my colleagues' work, eventually that'll work out for me too. Here in Hollywood, I'm doing, documentaries about curses and shit. So it's like that's my work being utilized by these other people's work, and that's cool. Anything that keeps witches working, good by me. We got to get going, Josh. Can you tell us where to get you got a website, where we can find your book and whatever you have to plug it on Wittership.
All right, thank you. Okay, so website is still in development. It's up, but it's still in development. https://black-dragon-paranormal.com. It is. If you go there, you're not gonna be impressed. It's still the template form. Okay, so whatever.
Like coming
it
soon
is what it is.
or under construction.
Yes, sir. We have Facebook, so Black Dragon Paranormal Facebook page. Please like, follow, share, support us. We engage. We talk to everyone. Like, we want to know what you're doing. We're starting blogs. Like, we're lifting this thing up off the ground. We have an Instagram, so Black Dragon Paranormal Instagram. We have a Pinterest, Black Dragon Paranormal, YouTube channel, and Twitter are in development. They're going to be coming out very soon. We're a media company. We're going to be producing massive quality content. We're doing things. We're working our asses off. We are doing things, and we're going to bring some things to the table. Anyway, thank you times a million.
Sure. Joshua and Kim, Black Dragon Paranormal, thanks for being on Wittershins, and we'll have you back another time. All right.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on.
Look forward to it.